Good evening, guys. My name is Aisha. Today in this video, I will be talking about cultural competency reflection for a future educator. What are some necessary points we need to look into as a future educator? One of the most important thing is I strongly believe it is our moral and ethical duty to understand the different diversity group and the whole meaning of diversity, because it is important for us to understand, and the only way we can understand that by educating ourselves about our students, by knowing their cultural differences, their different belief system, their values, in order to connect with them well, and also help them embrace their differences. Looking at the continuum chart, I do believe that I consider myself as a cultural proficient. The only reason I believe that is because I come from a different background. I was 14 when we moved to US, a completely different background, different faith, different upbringing, different language. Moving to US, one of the most positive experience I had was I was taken as with an open arms as far as my teachers, who helped me to be a successful person, which I am now, thank God. And then I also believe that because of that positive experience, I was able to embrace my differences. Many times students are embarrassed about their accent, or they're embarrassed about not being able to speak English correctly, or just being different. But I was taught from my teachers that it is the differences which makes us strong. So embrace that, not to be embarrassed about it. And that kind of stuck to me. And that's something I would want to do as an educator, as a future educator with my students, to help them understand not just their own differences, but also learn how to respect others' different background. There's a lot of different ways we can do that in a classroom setting, by maybe having a cultural day where a student can talk about their culture, or even at the beginning of the year when the students are introducing themselves, they can talk a little bit about their background, or they do something different, and just to educate. And that's the only way we can help not just all of the student, but also our society, because we have that, as educator, we have that responsibility, because we are working with these students who are the future of the society. And to be honest, now more than ever, we have to understand the differences of all the different people and learn how to respect that, and to be kind with everyone, because that's what the world needs right now. Kindness, to be able to understand and to be respected, regardless of the skin of the color, or the belief, or the different race, or whatever it is it is not hard to be kind. And that's, as an educator, we have to teach to our students. And the only way we can do that is being a role model. So me as a teacher, I have to understand my students' background in order to approach them, to be able to connect with them, to be able to help them with their different learning styles. One of the other thing, I would say that there are, because of the type of world we're living in, where we kind of point at everybody's difference, it creates a gap, as it mentioned in the other cultural competence video. And the only way we can close these gaps is by education. If we're not going to educate ourselves, we're not going to be able to educate these students. So those are some of the most important thing I think we need to go ahead and focus on, to be successful, not just for us as an educator, but also to see our students become a successful person and also a better person. And that is one of the most satisfactory feelings as a educator you can have, because you know that you have made that difference. You have made that difference in that person's life, but not only that, that person will be able to go ahead and make that tiny percent difference in the society, and those little differences can make a huge change. And we need that right now. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. I really appreciate it. Have a good evening.